Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Hello farmers, welcome back to Ravenport. We're delivering materials to the construction site because reasons of I really don't expect this to be true as I went over the last couple episodes, but it's a mission. It's a couple, $1,000 in our pocket. Actually, it's only not even that. Look, Ma, I'm not even stepping on the pedal. We're rolling backwards. Gravity. So we got the mission started and finished. Got our $1,000. Is it worth it? Not really. As you see in the upper right hand corner, we're up to $300,000. That's from selling all that silage. And that's right, that's all ours. We don't have a loan. So slowly we'll get to be able to afford our sugar beet harvester. Come on. I sort of like this mod to set up, but the dolly does like to kind of slide off the back of the truck. I wish I had a locking script for it, but it's fine. It's better than hauling a tractor around with you all the time. Let's turn those beacons off, shall we? There we go. And for now, I think I'll just back up into the construction site and park it right here. Get it off the road in case I come flying by. So now we're going to come over here and we're going to set up the new column. Where's the one fertilizer? Yep, that's what we want. I do not remember what field this is. Kind of. It's like field 22. Where are we here? Current loaded course. I don't have a current loaded course. Skip rows deactivated. Tools. Starting direction, automatic starting location, current field position. Current loaded course. Oh, okay. That's. I knew I was forgetting to do something. There we go. And I don't have the signs up, but it should be fine. Oh wait, we're on cotton, right? Don't want to just screw that up. So if I were to drive over this, I'd be ruining the cotton stalks, if you will. And it won't seed kind of like it did here. I'm wondering if it's going to seed over that area this time. I doubt it will. No, I can tell it didn't. The reason why I can tell it didn't is because if you look here, you can see like the little stub sticking up still. Yeah, so the only way to correct that is to plow the certain areas that I drove over. Like I said, one of these times I may try it by turning the crop destruction off and see if I could do it that way. But for now, as long as I use horseplay or a helper to do this field, we're fine. We're fine. But while that's going, we're going to grab our Crone Big M. Oh, I see why you get stuck once in a while. That tree is an issue, isn't it? It's not too much of an issue, but yeah, whatever. Anyways, gonna grab the big Chrome M. We got to go mow our grass field so we can make some hay for the horses and top off the sheep, and any extra we get will go into storage at the barn, our barn. We do have some in storage, but the field's ready. I even got the truck down here with the loading wagon ready to go. Now that we got a bigger grass field, eventually we'll start stockpiling this stuff up. And at some point, we will be able to sell it straight out. And lower that, turn that on, switch back to the mower. Can you lower down, please? It should be on widespread. So now, without a loan and staring at our money all the time, it's hard not to go into the shop once in a while saying, But we need to save up for a sugar beet harvester. Yes, I know I could probably just rent one, but what fun would that be? I'd rather just... I'm not really one for leasing equipment unless I know I'm never going to ever use it again. The sugar beet harvester is something that we could use, I don't want to say often, but I know I'm going to use it more than once, so it's something I think we're just going to buy outright. It is expensive, as most harvesters are. But, you know, at first I said, well, the pigs, I really don't care if they're 100% for root crop or whatnot. But now that the money's going to be coming in, like I said, in 2 days from now, we got horses to sell, so there's 800,000. That's going to go in towards buying field number... Oh, great. Here we go again. Well, the field I pointed to last time, 11 or 13. I get them confused all the time now. I don't know why, because I'm an idiot. We all know that. But that's the field we're going to buy from the horses. I don't care if there's a crop in it or whatever. We're just going to buy it. Now, I'm not too concerned about money anymore. But spending it... Oh, yeah, we're not done spending it. That's for sure. And at some point, I'm going to get a new animal trailer as well. That's something else we'll be buying in the future. When it comes time to start selling some pigs, and believe me, at the way they're reproducing, that pen's going to be full in a matter of days, it seems like. It'll become time to start selling pigs. We're going to be selling them like almost at 100 at a time, so a bigger animal trailer will be needed. I was hoping that Giants... I still don't know why it's taken a while for Giants to come out with an update. One for, obviously, the BGA. That's been a known problem since, well, a month and a half, 2 months. I know they're working on the updating the landscaping mod, so that when you flatten out or whatever the terrain, the grass will grow back. I know they're working on that. I think they're working on the script so we can transport chickens. But I'm pretty sure they're also working on whatever the DLC announcement's going to be. And it should be within a week or so from last, it's been like a week and a half ago. They said, in a couple weeks. So here we are a week and a half later. So it should be sometime soon. But it feels good enough just to, have that loan. It feels like the weight's been lifting off our shoulders, and now we can farm. I don't want to say take my time, but it's not a rush. As soon as the field's ready for harvest, it's like harvest it, flip it over, get more crops back into it. Now it's kind of like, yeah, I'll get to it in a minute. It's kind of like the chicken farm right now. Those fields are just sitting there. I know I just harvested them last episode. But usually I'd have them working in the fields while I'm doing this. I'm waiting for that straw price to kind of go up just a little bit. If it does, if it does. If it doesn't, well, alright, then we'll just get to it whenever. But I was looking at buying another baler. I know we had a baler at the beginning, and I said, why would I want a baler? There's been a contracting job on there from day one. It just sits there and just sits there. That one does not reset. I think it's field 1. Yeah, hang on a second. Now I got to go in and check. I think it's field 1, and it's, of course, baling. Yeah, right here. This one's been sitting there since day 1, and no one wants to do this job for her. But it is making silage bales, though, so it's not just buying a baler. It's also buying a wrapper as well. I mean, do I want a baler and a wrapper? Not really. But I think it'd be something different to do. I do have the modded baler from... Yes, Stevie. The good thing I like about his baler as well now, it's an 8,000 liter baler, not a 4,000. So it reduces the amount of bales you gotta manage. And it won't be too bad to do bales now because of the auto loading trailers that they have. So it'll save me from trying to sit there with a Massey Ferguson or a case trying to lift up the bales. But it's just things to think about. You always got to think about the future of your farm, where you want to go with it, what your plan is. You try to stick to that plan. Sometimes it works out and sometimes it doesn't. But this little setup here is working out great for us. We mow and ted at the same time. Now it'll be interesting when Seasons comes out for 19. I'm trying to understand how it works. It's been a while since I read on it, so I may get this confused. But if we had Seasons running right now, we can mow it and ted it. But as soon as you ted it, it doesn't turn into hay. You still got to wait a couple hours with the sun being out in order for it to turn to hay. Oops, that's that one. So I need this, and this. And right now we're going to go park this on the side because also today we're selling this garage over here to put down a different one. So as our New Holland does his thing, I think the John Deere might be just around the corner. So I can go grab that and we can roll this up. Is this the John Deere right here? Yes, it is. Oh, that's right. He's got the lime spreader on the back because we need to spread some lime down in this field. And we'll get to that later as well. Maybe. Maybe. Oh, yeah. GPS is on. I haven't been on the tractor yet since I started the game up, so I wonder if that's good. And that might be one. I haven't updated the GPS mod since it kind of came out, so I was hoping it would remember the setting for having a line show. But I'm going to get the windrower. I'm going to windrow up this grass, and then I'm going to start picking up, excuse me, I'm going to windrower the hay so I can pick up the hay, and I'll bring it back when I've got the truck going around and we're picking it up. Well, here we are with a full trailer of goodies for the horses. We'll top them off. I don't know how much they actually consume. Actually, that was more than I thought they would take. And as we can see, the New Holland has finished planting the cotton in our cotton field. Now this trigger here is a little bit harder to get into because of the terrain. I actually have to back over the trough, I do believe. There we go. As long as it works, that's all that matters. Just don't take all of it. That way I have you both topped off for a while. So they're good. Which means the rest can be fed to the sheep, and what the sheep don't take, we will put into our storage. I think we got like 60,000 liters in storage anyways. So we do have some. We just did our cows, what, like a day, in-game day ago, maybe 2 days ago. So they should be all set on total mix rations for a while. And now we know our horses are good for a while, and our sheep will be good for a while as well. And since the grass field is pretty much ready for harvesting every 2 days, actually I think it's a little bit less than that. Yeah, it's not going to be too bad. We'll have enough in stock, and eventually we start selling some as well. Put that down. So this is what we got left in the field after a full trailer, so it's not that bad. I'm not going to get another full trailer out of it, that's for sure. But I think it'll be more than enough. Well, I shouldn't say more than enough. It should be enough to top off the sheep pretty well. Alright, I want to finish off the field here for the New Holland horseplay. Try to go over my same tire tracks as before so I don't damage more of the field as I can help. There we go. Can fold that all up. Got all the grass picked up. Excuse me, all the hay. Got all the hay picked up. we're going to bring this down here and park it with everything else right now. But we'll be back to sort out this little messy situation I got going on right here in a bit. Is our truck still running? Probably not. No, that's the wrong truck, Peanut. That's the wrong truck. That's a trailer. That's a truck. Yeah, so we end up with like 40,000 liters. I think the sheep are going to probably take all of it. I think. Alright, sheep, here you go. You're going to take all 40,000 liters of it? I said you would, and you didn't. I'm just curious, how many liters do they actually require? So when they're full, 54,000 liters. Alright. See if it's not like it matters, because in about 12 hours I'm going to get 4 more sheep, so they could actually take more, but that's fine. So yeah, the total mix rations on the cows, they're good for a while. The pigs, we know they're pretty much good for a while as well. Yeah, I'm hoping on the sugar beets they're good for a couple days, and the chickens are chickens. But the horses are looking good there, and they're looking good here as well. Our fields are starting to get weed infested. Yeah, so I can actually get the case tractor going. I'll definitely start with this field here, because that's in the first growth stage. I want to get that done before I have to change the tires around. So I'm going to go drop this hay off into our storage barn. I'm going to get the case tractor, start weeding field number 7. And then it's time for us to go back to the garage down by the cotton field. We're going to sell that one. Put up a different shed. It's basically a shed. It's the in-game one, so it's not like a modded one or anything like that. I just want to be able to put everything under a roof. I did not like the harvester sitting outside. And oddly enough, the case tractor is sitting in where I need to be. So I'll bring it back in a snap. So here we are in the garage. And we're selling a garage. We're going to get 18,000 back for it. And I am selling the 4-door, not the 5-door. Sell that. And it's gone. Come down here to sheds. Now I thought about getting this one here, but this one is too deep. It would cut into our field. We know those don't work, so it looks like this guy right here would be the one. I want to make sure I turn on my hood. And I want to get it roughly in the same spot here, if I can get the camera angle just right, which I'm having a hard time doing. Good enough. So actually we made some money by selling that and putting this down. It's a flat ground, so it should be pretty much, wasn't much of a landscaping issue. Although I did landscape this guy into the ground a little bit. I hope that's not a problem. I didn't see how much it cost. Actually, I probably wasn't paying no attention. Probably cost me more than I thought. Construction costs. No, it cost me $125 for landscaping to put it down. But it did, maybe because this extends out further this way. That could be a problem. I got a jackhammer. We can take care of it. The other thing I want to do is, because they are cheap, miscellaneous? Yeah, there we are. There we go, a little bit of a pressure washer. Now we can park some of our stuff away. That's over here. The combine harvester, I think we'll take that first. Even though I do need to sell some cotton today when the price has stopped going up. I can go in the field because it shouldn't affect it at all now. So we'll come on over here. sneak her right on in, maybe. And the good thing is, even when the harvester is unfolded, it'll slide right in nicely. That header slides in nicely here, for the most part. And now I'm stuck on the pole. Can I get out now and not get stuck? Yeah, that's good. That's good. I mean, I could have just teleported to another vehicle, and we would have been fine. Well, everything seems to fit in our new shed nicely, other than the trailer does stick out quite a bit. Well, not quite a bit, actually. Maybe in the future I'll put the trailer in over here. The shed also, not being a full enclosed shed, it's actually easier to back this in. I think if there's a crop growing here, I can probably back this in fine. But usually, if I'm using that trailer, it would be for like this kind of a field anyways. But unless I do a contract or plant cotton in another field for funsies, yeah, usually when I back in that trailer, I would assume there would be no crop in this field. But at least we got everything in a shed now. So now what I need to do, now this is all taken care of for the most part, is we're going to grab our loading wagon. I'm going to go collect some straw off our chicken farm fields, so I can bring the John Deere over. We'll spread some lime and then plant some more oats for our horses. To the barn once again. The straw price is still at $59 per, so, but, you know, I can't store anymore. And all of our animals are pretty much topped off, so I just gonna have to sell it and get what I can get for it. And I'll just hit their cars in frustration that their price sucks so much. I think I'll get just shy of $6,000 for it, but it's $6,000 we didn't have before, right? Alright, so $5,300. But it's $5,300 we didn't have before, right? So, yeah, we gotta clear the fields off so we can start planting some oats and start the cycle once again. But the fields, as far as I know, only need lime. I think if it needs to be plowed, that overwrites the lime color on the map. So, yeah, and I think we just kind of subsoiled them not long ago. So they should be okay. Famous words, should be. Well, we have all the straw picked up. I got the John Deere and New Holland down by the chicken farm ready to go for lime and seeding. But this guy finished up as I was doing that, so I decided come on over here and get some headlands done for him and send him off on a worker, and we'll go back to the chicken farm and take care of those fields. But we gotta get rid of the weeds. Actually, weeding I don't mind too much. I just wish it wasn't every cycle that you have to do weeds. But it's part of the game, so yeah, we'll do it. I guess I do know I can turn weeds off, but you know, it's kind of a new thing. But I don't know if you have been reading the Giants forums. There's one of the moderators on there from Giants and does questions and answers. And the higher ups at Giants are already starting to kind of slowly talk about the next game, which we all assume would be Farming Simulator 21. Just the higher ups are talking about, just lightly going over it, because someone asked him a question about why Seasons wasn't in 19, and pretty much they said, well, 19 was sort of already in development when Seasons came out, and so they couldn't really implement it into it. But, you know, he said maybe in 21 it could be a thing, which I found kind of interesting. I'm looking for Seasons 19. I don't know when that'll be released, but I want it released when it's ready. I don't want all these bugs and stuff. It's hard to, as we all know, it's hard to play on a map when you got something that's really buggy. But anyways, we got our John Deere here with our lime spreader. We got our New Holland with our seed roll ready to go. And the reason why I parked the New Holland here, if I can jump over that, I need to fix it. And of course, I happened to pick the seed roll. Oh, well, you know what? We're here. It's there. No, I don't want to customize. I mean, I could customize it. These little bills now don't bother me because we got the cash. Although, like I said, we need like over $1 million to buy the things I need to buy right now. How much is this going to cost me to repair this guy? $2,089. I think plowing with this the other day is what really killed it a little bit. But we'll kill the engine in that because we need to lime the fields first. How about you start the engine, Peanut? That's always a good thing to do. So we're going to lime the fields and seed it, and I think we'll do it in a time lapse. So I'll see you when we're nearing the end. Now, before you say anything, I know what you're thinking. You said you weren't going to seed uphill anymore in that corner. Well, I had to. It's the first time I had the T8, and I wanted to compare the T8 to the John Deere. So I wanted to see if the extra 100 horsepower this tractor has was actually making a difference. And yes, it did kind of make a difference, but not by much. You would think with an extra 100 horsepower, which we're only talking from 300 to 400, that's 25% more horsepower. It wasn't a great deal, but I didn't. The one thing that there is difference, I have wheel weights on this tractor, and the John Deere doesn't. So I wasn't getting no tire slip at the top of the hill, and I was seeding about 2 miles. The John Deere was like 1 mile an hour. New Holland, as you may have saw, was 3 miles an hour going up there. And then with the John Deere, I would actually have to turn the seed roll off and back on rapidly just to, because the John Deere would stall actually going up there is what I want to say. So I had to do that to get it up there. So yeah, it makes a little bit of a difference. Not a great deal difference, but it does make a difference. But anyways, these fields are all set. I'm pretty sure, I know the weeds are coming. The weeds are coming. Speaking of weeds, oh wow, the map just kind of flipped out on me there. So these two fields are weeded and taken care of. I'll probably be doing this field, and these fields in between episodes. I just wait until the field's fully infested because that moves along quite well. And probably some fertilization as well. Just have to wait for it to hit the first growth stage. I'm still waiting for the wool. Yeah, the wool price is going up. We'll sell that when it peaks. The wool, did I say wool? This is cotton. The wool price didn't get high enough for me to go do anything with. The eggs, I'm still, I don't know. I guess the high price I'm really seeing is like 3,200. I know at one time we had a great demand and it was 4,000, which was amazing. But the good thing is our pallets hold a lot of eggs, so now we can wait. We can wait. It's going to take a while, even though we got full chickens. It's going to take them a while to fill these guys up. And when we do, we'll have 40, like 80, probably 80,000. Well, we'll just say 80,000 when these are all full. And just like the wool, the sheep are doing pretty well too. Yeah, they agree. As I jump over one, apparently. So we have these 4 full ones here. So there's 40,000 liters. And as we can see, they're working on the other set already. But to end the episode, we're going to go up to the cows because... Oh, that's not a good place to jump into the cow. Yikes. Did I just say jump into the cow? No, anyways. Yeah, the cows, the poor cows. I've taken care of all the animals with trees and stuff, except for the cows. That's kind of rude of me. So we're going to go to decorations down to the end. Well, I guess it's not the end. Well, we'll put down, and it brought me to here. Oh, I hate when it does that. All right, can I... No, not rotate the tree. I want to rotate the screen. There we go. We'll put a small one, like, right here. And maybe put a big one right there. That way they got some shade as well. I mean, they got a barn they can go in. So they're pretty much all set there. Hope you guys are happy. I just spent like $2,000 to put down trees for you. I just call them guys or ladies. I know. But our fields are taken care of. Not, well, for the most part. They're seeded. We're taking care of them. We got a new garage now, or shed, for all of our equipment down here. So that's looking rather nice. Now that I got the harvester under cover. So when it rains, when it rains, they're out of the elements. For the main part right now, the sun, it would actually cause more problems to vehicles nowadays, it seems like, than rain does. So they're on the cover. Those fields are all taken care of. We have no loan. Life on the farm is fantastic right now, isn't it? Our animals are all taken care of. I mean, just look at the stats of our animals. Okay, just ignore the sugar beet for now. But I mean, the pigs are looking fine. The sheep are looking good. The cows are doing wonderful. The chickens are doing the chicken thing. And, you know, we got horses in 2 days will bring us $800,000. Our other set of horses, 7 days. It's just coming along nicely. And like I said, when the money comes in, we got to buy the sugar beet harvester and then field number 11, which right now is, well, right now it has canola in it. But it's ready for harvest. So we'll have to see what they put into the field after that. And that's will be what we get. Watch it be, it'll probably be sugar beet. Just do, or potatoes. The one thing I don't see the AI plant is, where is it? Sugar cane. I have yet to see sugar cane being planted by any of the AI workers. That's great. What do I got turned off here? What's field 1 and 2? Oh, they're cultivated. There's nothing in those fields. That's why. Okay, I was like, there's nothing growing in those fields. That's kind of odd. But anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this episode. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I do appreciate you watching as always. And I'll see you next time in Ravenport. But until then, have a good one.